Hey there guys, welcome back to Banished. It's year 20 now. We got the Nomads in last year, so they are helping us with our population issues as we finish off the last houses. It looks like that is working given the 2 births we just had. That or a house just emptied out with deaths like at the end of last year, and so now a couple have just moved in together. One or the other. So we've got 2 houses on the build phase and another 2 on the getting resources phase. We have plenty of resources lying around for them, so it's just a matter of waiting for them to be moved into the house. Plots. I might start on this mine at some point. It needs a lot of wood and stone, unfortunately, but I'm really tempted to get it started just to start getting hold of some coal. It's not urgent. I mean, actually, by the time I get around to building it, we may be out of iron in this one. And then also the tunnel at some point to get through here, because building another pasture might be a good idea. I sell quite a lot of mutton. Not mutton, venison. Can I sell mutton as well? Can I make you have mutton to sell? So we do seem to have quite a lot of mutton. We get quite a lot in a year, so I'm thinking maybe 1,000 mutton in here wouldn't be a bad idea. We probably have that lying around. Yeah, I've got 7,000 of the stuff, but it's not going to be an issue to have 1,000 mutton lying around. Or more venison for that matter. I'll probably take the venison up to 2,000. And the mutton up to 2,000. So it's going to make our food drop down overall. Short term, but long term I think we're still going to be steady. This house is done, finally. And this house is getting there. And then it's just these 2. Which both almost, well that one's almost there, but that one's got all the wood and then it's just stone and iron. Which we have, they're just not putting it in there. On the other hand, I mean, I guess they're prioritising building a house that's already got all the materials, which is not a bad shout, because we are going to need it. So, not terribly unhappy. We'll let them finish building it. Now what I have noticed is we've not had any fires. I can't remember if at the start of the game I turned off natural disasters and the like. Normally by this point you'd have had a fire. And my experience is you need a well every like 2 buildings to actually deal with a fire. I've not got any, because I've kind of taken the approach, everything's pretty close to river, although, like, I mean, technically even this is too far away, let alone over here. As these finish, I'm going to start looking at, maybe as the next one gets all its materials, I'm going to start looking at upgrading another of the wooden houses. I might just do it now. It's still early summer and ideally it needs to be done by winter, which it won't be. There is no way it will be done by winter. Of course, the other priority today could be to build a boarding house. A boarding house would be quite useful in that then when I do upgrade these houses, I wouldn't be making people homeless for the duration. Of course, the hope is because I'm upgrading the house, when one of these is built, they'll just move in there, although I think only the parents will. I don't think the 22-year-old child that was living with them will. Or vice versa. I don't think they'll consciously move back in together, given that they would have liked to have moved out by this point. Our stone's getting low. Well, I guess I'm using a lot of it. That is fair enough. I'm putting a lot of it into houses. Oh, they've got to empty it out first. I forget they have to empty out the house. It's going to take them a bit of time to do. But we'll see. I think one of these was, yeah, well, it's only 4 iron away, the other's 10 iron and 19 stone. We should have the iron, it's just a matter of where we've got it. There's some here. And there's some in this, there's quite a bit in this stockpile actually. All things considered. So that, yeah, the things I was considering adding were a boarding house, so that when I upgrade the house and when I get nomads, they're not all homeless. And a 3rd sheep pasture, because these are incredibly effective at getting mutton. They are such a good food source. I'm actually really tempted to do away with these fields, which didn't make anything last season because they weren't turned on. I've only just turned them back on, but I think they only make 500 odd a year. If the mutton field, which is twice the size, makes more than twice as much, then it is more effective. Should I call it a mutton field? sheep pasture, you know, the more accurate term for it. Because bottom field isn't wrong. Alright, building a house. And the other house should be, it's there on stone, it's just iron left. So that's happening. This house has been emptied, so now it's just being built. The problem is upgrading the wooden house, you don't get any of the materials for the wooden house back, I don't think. So it's effectively building a new stone house, and you lose the wooden house in the process. But it would be good to get rid of all the wooden houses. It's not ideal that we have them. It's just that the game starts us with them. Getting there and building that house. These should have become a lot more effective this year now we've got the barn in place. I'd hope. Like a lot of venison, not as much leather. We do get leather from the cattle once we've got a second cattle and we can start killing them. We do get leather off them. Unfortunately, if I remember correctly, because we got cattle, we turned off the cattle request on the merchant. So the next time he turns up, next time that merchant turns up, we'll have to turn cattle back on and then wait for him to turn up again with some cattle. And I'll hope he's got some cattle as opposed to chickens or... Well, I think just chickens, because we won't have been requesting sheep. I don't think there's any other animals, he says. Maybe there is. Cattle, sheep, who knows? Clearly not in order here, with all the livestock next to each other, are they? Yeah, there's the population jump we've just had. The nomad influx was quite useful, all things considered. We have... Yeah, the food is actually starting to struggle. We're possibly going to need to invest in some more food at some point. A gatherer died of old age. I don't know how I'm going to invest in more food though. I mean, maybe a fishing dock up here. It's not the most effective fishing dock, but that one makes 930. This one makes 894. This one makes 80. I mean, it's not the worst actually. This is the best. I think possibly another fishing dock around here then maybe. Get it well out of range of that one. We could even have another one up here. Really stack them in. But we don't have any people to work on them currently. That's the problem. I'd like to have 5 miners and stonecutters. I only got 4 of each. I also like to have 1 spare labourer, so if someone dies I don't have to worry about it. But I don't currently. Alright, the final house is under construction. I'm assuming your spouse died recently, leaving you with your own 2-year-old kid. You've not moved in with a 2-year-old kid, because that would be questionable. Oh, just replace the herbalist. We do only have 1 herbalist, right? Yeah, we do. That's good. Reserve of firewood once again low. We must have been doing better on firewood this year, surely. Firewood. We're getting there again. Like, we didn't hit 0 for a while. Well, let's look at 2 years. Yeah, we've not hit 0 since last winter, I don't think. We peaked a lot higher. I mean, we hit the 300 peak again. So that's the limit I've set on how much we make. So we hit the peak and then we just drop off completely. But I guess everyone stockpiles firewood over the winter and then technically we're empty. Even though everyone's got more than enough to survive. I suppose. Maybe. This house is done, has a 20-year-old and a 16-year-old student. And then this house is only 5 stone away. Okay, probably worth chucking in the boarding house then. I've got a couple of places this could go, and I'm really thinking here. It's as good a place as any. Yeah, let's put it there. I think it's out of the range of the market, but I don't think it needs... Oh no, it's just half in range. I don't think it needs to be in range, honestly. Boarding house. It doesn't have any... We've not got any stone stockpiled currently. So that's going to be a bit of a wait. But I guess I can up... I've got spare labour, so I can up the stone and iron production again. Back up to 5 of each. And it's not like we're using stone on anything else currently. So this is now in the build stage. Wood we have enough of, but it is going to affect our firewood production again in the near future. Unfortunately, we've got to a 6th stone cutter. There we go. There's a merchant coming. Please be the person who brings me the cattle. Please bring me the cattle. No, you're bringing me fish, chestnut, cabbage and onions. I don't really want those. Goodbye, food merchant. My reserve of firewood is, as normal, low. Yeah, it's pretty standard thing. Right, we're building the house. That's good. So this is our upgrade of the year. And then I won't upgrade anymore until the boarding house is done, but I think that's going to be the next thing I build. Because it is quite an important thing to have at this point. I don't always bother with it, but if I'm going to be bringing in nomads, which I really want to do if they keep turning up, because population is really causing me an issue at the moment, I'm going to need a boarding house. And then I'm going to need to instantly consider food. Food is the next big consideration. The mine had a cave in, that's not pleasant. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do with food. I guess another fishing dock, but I don't have any people to be fishermen. Well, if I do a fishing dock, it'll be up here I want to do. I can't get one in there, that's a bit annoying. The market's in the way. Oh, that's really irritating. That's at slightly the wrong angle, I can't get a dock on it. I think that would be too close to down here. So the next place I was looking at was over here. Where again, I can get one in there. I'm not sure I'd be able to get a road to it. But I can get one in, or I could just go with there. That might be a better option. So let's put it there. And pause construction temporarily while we can do the boarding house. And then also work out what I'm doing with labourers. Put another builder in. Try and get this house done. Just 30 stone left, which should be happening actually. Yeah, okay, don't be a builder, then be a stone cutter. Increase stone production. Okay, so that's the end of year 20. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you want more, and I'll catch you in the next one.